There are always experiences whose importance becomes obvious only later in life. And as I have reflected, I can say that there are very few life lessons as effective as learning the art of trading. Trading is a mental battle, both with the market and the one's own self. Each loss teaches a lesson. Every gain imparts wisdom. This mantra has always stayed with me. I look back at the series of events of 1985 and 1991 as the first wave of transformations that left its imprint across the country's business landscape. I witnessed many of the existing business houses that had become very large entities since independence simply failed to recognize the market shifts as a result of the policy changes. They just failed to evolve and thereby become weak or irrelevant over the years that followed. I learned that status quo can be a very great weakness. Conversely, the same policy changes opened up a whole set of opportunities for a new breed of Indian companies that took advantage to the reforms. What I can confidently state today is that we are an outcome of the economic reforms of the 1985 and 1991. Where others failed to transform, we saw the opportunity and adapted swiftly to the new liberalization regulations and its guidelines. Thereafter, in 1994, we decided it was time to go public, and thus Adani Exports, now known as Adani Enterprise, launched its first IPO. The IPO was a strong success and underscored for me the importance of the public market. However, I had also started realizing that just a trading business came with its own limitations. In the long run, to gain the market trust, it became clear that I needed to develop assets that would provide the company with more stability and a foundation for a consistent growth. These reflections led me to the next set of choices that I made, and this was to become one of the most critical shifts in our business model. And the opportunity came about in 1995 when the BJP government in its Gujarat elections manifesto announced its port-led industrial development plan through the public-private partnership mode. I see this as my third major break in 1995 and shifted us to a new orbit. I was 31. By coincidence, it was around this same time that the global commodities traders Cargill had approached us with a partnership proposal to source the salt from Kutch. The partnership didn't proceed, but we were left with about 40,000 acres of marshy land and approval to build a captive jetty at Mundra to export of salt. And this turned out to be a blessing in disguise when under the PPP agreement, we were selected by the government of Gujarat to develop a full-fledged commercial port in Mundra. Keep in mind, while I knew our end objective was to build a port, we had not even laid a brick in our life. Thereafter, the next opportunity followed when the Gujarat government announced Special Economic Zone policy in 2005. This 40,000 acres of marshy land around Mundra port that was considered of a very little value had now become a priceless asset. We moved quickly to convert the land originally allocated for salt works into what is now the country's largest multi-product special economic zone, and is supported by an unparalleled world-class infrastructure including ports, rail and air networks. Dear friends, let me now talk more about Mundra. It fundamentally reshaped my thinking on the value of integrated business models. Today, it hosts India's largest port, largest industrial SEZ, largest container terminals, largest power plant, largest solar manufacturing facility, largest edible oil refinery. If Mumbai, in my teenage days, had taught me to aspire, Mundra taught me that what you dream, you create, and what you think, you become. It is our adoptions of this principle that has led to the outcome of the Adani Group being able to continue its journey of a hypergrowth, and today we are the world's second largest solar power company. We are the largest airport operator with a 25% of passenger traffic and a 40% of air cargo. We are the largest ports and logistic company with a 30% of national market share. We are India's largest integrated energy player. Our presence spans across generation, transmissions and distributions, LNG and LPG terminals, city gas and pipe gas distributions. We are the country's second largest cement manufacturer, and we have declared our path forward in our new sectors including metals, petchem, aerospace and defense, data centers, super apps and industrial clouds. And our journey is only just starting. A journey built on one of the most exciting platforms that has ever existed. A platform called India. If the last 3 decades since the 1990s have laid the foundation for India to become the world's 5th largest economy, the journey towards 2050 will be even more transformative and disruptive. While the past 3 decades were about opening India to the world, the upcoming 3 decades will see the world opening up to India.